Happy
Hi there. Hi,
Thursday.
everybody.
Glad to have you with us for another episode of Opposite
Opposite
Saxes.
Saxes.
We still having fun doing this show. And I
Yes,
really enjoy
good
when
time.
people reach out and say, that last show you did was hilarious, or, it was kind of serious, or I agree with you, or my favorite was this. That's always kind of fun when people do that. You know, we haven't told you in a while, but we wanna just make you aware of our good friend Christine Dean, who is the networking diva. And all she has been helping us with this show for I think ever since we started
Oh,
it.
yeah, definitely.
And Christine Dean knows everything about media and can help you. If you are looking to improve your media platform, and I'll reach out to her. You'll have a free consultation. TheNetworkingDiva.com. Check out the website. And all she is lovely. She helps us out, and we love her to death. Thank you very, very much, Christine.
I
And
love this. This is
uh,
a new one.
yeah, she's kind of
Love it.
updated. She started with just in the Dallas Fort Worth area, the
Mhm,
DFW area,
mhm.
and now she is
She's all over the map.
she's all over the country. In fact, even works in other countries.
Is she?
Yep,
Wow.
yes,
Good for
she's been
her.
doing some work lately in England and in Canada and all. And she does everything from
Well, she does a good job.
podcasts to just
Mhm.
helping you improve your
Yeah,
visual presence on the World Wide Web.
she's great.
And she's very, very reasonable and she knows her stuff. We thank her very, very
We
much.
sure do.
Well, we went to the movies the other day. We have a theater here in North Texas. I don't know, is Cinemark all over the country? Or is it just a regional?
Well, AMC is, I think.
AMC and is and Regal cinemas
Yeah, they're
are
all
around the
over.
country.
I'm not sure about cinema.
But
It could
we
be,
have
could be.
Cinemark and there's Cinemark theaters everywhere. But what Cinemark does sometimes in the summertime is they have a 2 or 3 weeks worth of retro movies. So you can go back and see movies from 30, 40, sometimes 50 years ago on the big screen when they were originally released. And we went to see Purple Rain, uh, which is basically a biographical story of Prince and all, and released in 1984. I was really amazed at the kind of stuff that they got away with in 1984 because
Yeah,
there's a couple of you know
yeah.
like risque type scenes. You
Mhm.
think back in '84 that there was a lot more censorship than there seems
Yeah,
to
no, I
be
was surprised too.
now. Uh,
But
but
it was
yeah,
great to see him. It was great to listen to the music. But in the end, I was a little sad because such a life, wonderful life, and a very, very
he did that
amazing
movie
young guy,
in '84, and then
amazing guitarist,
25
musician,
years later he was gone.
and he was gone. And it was way too soon.
Yeah,
Way too soon.
and
Like Michael Jackson.
if you research a little bit about Prince, there are still hundreds of albums that he completed
Mhm.
that have yet to be released.
Right.
Can you imagine that? The guy was he was brilliant,
But I think it was the same with Michael Jackson too.
and boy, could he move.
He
He
did. He
really
could
did
move.
have
I mean,
some.
he was an amazing singer. Well, I said everything. He
Yeah,
just could seem
amazing
to do
talent.
it all,
And he
including ride a motorcycle.
rode a mean
Yeah,
motorcycle.
yeah.
But one thing that stood out is, and when you go to the movies very often, the movie is scheduled to start at a certain time, but it doesn't because you have to go through 20 minutes or more of previews, announcements and all, and that's fine. Previews. We sat watching previews for 20 minutes or more.
And it seemed like a half an
And
hour.
very often what we do is we watch preview and we say, oh yeah, that'd be worse.
Yay or nay?
Yeah, we'll go see that. There was not
Ugh.
one preview that we saw that we said we would even watch if it came out
for
on-
free.
for free on a streaming.
One was worse than the next.
And, maybe it's just
That's-
our age, but the level of
Probably.
violence that there is in the movies that are being released now, it's no wonder
Mhm.
that we live in such a chaotic society, because some of the movies that they offer, the violence, the fighting, the killing, the
It scares
the
me.
evil, it's like, if you want to learn how to do that kind of stuff,
Right, that's what
go to the
scares me.
movies.
That's what scares me is the ideas that it gives people
Yeah, I mean,
on what to
kids could
do.
really learn how to bully each other and beat up each other just by
Bully
going
each
to the
other,
movies.
shoot each other, I mean, knife each other. I don't mind a little blood here and there, and I know things have gotten a little bit more over the top since we were young and fancy free, so to speak. But this is beyond the pale.
It seems to me that
There
some
was
of
not
the,
a scene in 30 minutes
right,
that was without blood and gore. I'm talking blood and gore.
yeah. And I mean,
People smashing, people jumping, people
being battered, thrown out of
bombed.
windows,
I mean, it's
blown
just,
up. And some were by real, characters. Some of them were animated characters. I guess I
AI
shouldn't say,
or whatever.
yeah, or they were sci-fi
Mhm.
characters. But even the science fiction movies and all, just
I just can't imagine parents letting their kids see these movies. Unless half of them are high schoolers or junior high and they don't tell their parents what they're going to see and they go see it.
well, some of
But
those violent
They're
movies
just,
have a PG-13 rating.
well,
So,
that's true too.
you have
I
to
don't
be
get
over
it.
13. Well, you're talking about the high school age, which is a very impressionable age group, that if they are allowed to go into the movies and watch this kind of,
I would love to see the stats on how much money these movies make.
oh, they make
Because
plenty.
if they make plenty, I understand, I guess, why they would keep doing it. But I'm sorry, I don't see how they can make,
If it's a gory movie, all they gotta do is cast some high profile actors and actresses. Uh, when they just come out with
I'm
something
sorry.
called Romulus or whatever, that's a science fiction movie with lots of action.
For what you have to pay for these movies. I don't get it. I don't
And
get them making all this
and I
money.
turned to you and I said, they haven't shown one movie that would even remotely
about going
fall
to.
into the category of rom-com.
Oh, God, that'd be the last thing they
What
show.
happened to the good old-fashioned love story on the island, someplace
Because that
where
doesn't sell.
boy meets girl, girl meets boy, they fall in
But
love,
that
they get
doesn't
married?
sell.
I guess not. I guess they
Even
say,
a mystery.
you want that,
or
go watch Lifetime or Hallmark or something
A
for,
mystery or something about a real happening in life or a real person. Not a documentary, just, I don't
I
know.
can understand if there is a level of violence in a movie that is based on a true story. That it was a true occurrence and it is well documented and it was a violent occurrence. And so when they made the
Right.
movie, they wanted to make it true to what the
right.
storyline
There's
was.
been those.
Yeah,
There's been
there
those.
have been those, and
That's
there will
fine.
always be those.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a tragic occurrence or a murder or
Mhm.
something, sometimes they make that into a movie. And I guess I would be more inclined to go see something like that than to see these, zombie-like creatures
Well,
and all who feed on each other.
I say fine, it's okay to make some of those bloody and gory movies. But when I think about it, I know that there was one movie that they made about Dahmer.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer.
And that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think that they should glamorize somebody like that. And then there was the other one about the guy in Chicago right near our house that killed 8 nurses. That was probably about 40 years
Richard
ago.
Speck.
Was it Richard Speck?
Yeah, Richard Speck. Why? I
And they
can't
made a
believe I
movie
remembered
about
that.
that.
That
And
was a long time ago.
yeah, and I don't see that that's necessary either. But you know who we should have asked to be here today?
Oh,
Brandon.
Brandon Navarro. Yeah.
He
But I
would
mean,
have, he would have
Brandon
had a real
previews
good
movies
opinion.
and writes critiques for movies. And
And Brandon does your trash talk show with
yeah,
you.
yeah, every Tuesday morning at
Yeah.
8 o'clock, we do trash talk together.
It's your co-host.
He also is a critic. And sometimes he loves those sci-fi movies. He gets into them.
Well, sci-fi is
Yeah.
one thing, but a
Well,
lot of these weren't sci-fi.
yeah,
These were just
just
killing.
blood and gore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not, as I say, not
I
one of
mean,
them did we say, I might, come see that in the movie theater, or maybe we'll catch that one when it comes out on
no, with each
streaming.
movie, we were getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And I just, after a while, I thought, I'm just opening up my phone and looking at whatever. Because I can't look at it anymore.
Is it, are we just getting old?
Yeah, we are.
And
Yeah.
maybe we have just lost.
I really don't
Track?
think so. Age definitely plays a part. But I think this is seriously over the top, what's going on.
And
I'm
it's like
sorry.
one
It's-
one
Because
after
then I
another.
think about our almost 14-year-old grandson.
No, he is
and-
14.
Oh, yeah, he's 4, he's almost 15.
Yeah,
He's almost
pushing
15. Sorry, Liam.
Gonna be an old kid.
But, and I think there's no way I would want him to see this. I mean, I'm sure he sees it. He sees previews and I'm sure he sees it
too
on
young for
YouTube.
those blood and gore movies, and he's too old for some of the animated stuff that's coming out.
Well, but I mean, I'm sure he sees it on YouTube or wherever and he knows it's happening.
yeah.
But to make this stuff and let these younger kids see it, I'm sorry, even the older kids, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's too many other things you can make movies about. But hey, that's only our opinion.
That's us.
Yeah.
So that's why I say go look at your movie and see if they have some of those retro movies like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom or Footloose.
They were playing Footloose.
Yeah, they're playing Footloose, or even Purple Rain, which has got a couple of nude scenes in it, but
And there's some drugs in it, drug use.
Yeah.
And stuff.
but like we went to see the Bob Marley movie,
Oh, right.
One Love.
There was
and
drug
all.
use in that.
But it was based on his life, and so there was a little bit of blood. There was certainly a fair amount of drug use in it, but it was fairly factual. But I guess they have all of these movies because they have all of these audiences out there.
Of course they
I
do.
just get troubled that some of those movies may end up teaching things that we really don't want
Right.
people to be taught.
Right.
Uh,
Not even young kids, even older kids,
young
men.
people are
Women.
yeah, older people
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But
Oh, well,
what
guess we had to vent, huh?
yeah. But we did enjoy Purple Rain
Yeah, we
anyway.
really did.
And we'll go back to the movies again and we'll sit there eating our popcorn and drinking our soda and watching the previews and saying, that ain't for
If
us.
we go back soon, we should start seeing Christmas movies. Are they not making Christmas movies anymore?
Well, that's the other side of the story. And that is every year
thought that's what we were gonna say.
they re-release Tree Grows in Brooklyn. They re-release what's the one with Jimmy Stewart?
Oh, A Miracle on 34th Street?
No, that's
That's the other one. Yeah, I don't remember what he did.
A Wonderful Life.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life, yeah.
And you get the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer animated
Yeah.
movies and all that, and then of course around Halloween, again you go back to all the X murders and stuff like that.
And Brandon likes that.
Yeah, Brandon loves that. The more Halloween movies they come out with, what are they up to? Halloween 13 or something
Who knows?
now? The remakes, he loves it, and we're probably going to hear from him when this show,
We will.
after this show
Be
is
kind
over,
to us,
you're
Brandon.
gonna get a comment
Be
about you
kind.
guys are so old.
We are.
So out of touch and out of tune.
I'm sorry. We can be
But-
out of touch, but you know what? Enough is enough. Let's have some
Yeah,
different
and we're
type of movies.
still gonna end up going to the movies.
Yeah.
Right. So you go out and enjoy the movies and come back next week and see us again.
Bye,
Okay?
everybody.
Bye.